guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm very sorry that this has taken a while and I haven't posted in a while. My camera died. Moment of silence for my poor camera. It is at the doctor right now. So I think Canon actually said that it should be back today or tomorrow, so I have to go pick that up, and then I'll hopefully be getting a new camera. Right now I'm borrowing Jake's camera to get this video out to you guys because I promised in my boob job story video that I would answer everyone's questions, and people have been on me about that, and I've been really wanting to get this video out. So I'm like, Jake, I need to borrow your camera. I need to get this video up straight away. So this video, I'm going to be answering everyone's questions and just telling everyone my story about how everything went down when I went in for surgery and all of that. So I got my boob job done 6 months ago on the 22nd of October last year. So it's been 6 months now, which is, it takes about like a year for your boobs to look in their like final form. But I'm really happy with how they're sitting now. And to answer everyone's questions, yes, to me, they feel 100% like real boobs. Jake, do they feel like real boobs to you?
Is that a trick question?
Or do they feel natural to you? Like they feel like a boob?
Yes! Not that I'm comparing it to anything else, but yes, they are lovely breasts.
There we go. They're boobs. So I made an appointment I went with Cosmetic Institute in Southport. I made an appointment with them, went and met with my doctor. I saw Dr. Nugent from there. I think that's how you pronounce it, don't know. But I have one boob bigger than the other. So my left boob was 485cc and my right boob was 450cc. So that would equal them out. I went under the muscle, round implants. My doctor suggested, like, people ask, oh, what about teardrop? Aren't they supposed to look more natural? No, because teardrop are going to end up dropping way too low and you're going to end up with like saggy kind of breasts. When you have round implants, they drop a little bit anyway and form like a nice natural looking boob, whereas if you went teardrop, they're going to drop too much and they're just going to look saggy. You don't want that. So met with him, figured everything out. Text message, turn my phone on silent. Figured everything out, and then I think I went back in like a week or two later to actually do the surgery. I had a morning appointment, so my surgery time was like 7 a.m. Jake, my boyfriend, drove me down to the place. They have like their own private place, so you don't actually, it wasn't through like a hospital or anything. They have their own surgery place in their, I don't know, private little, I don't know what you'd call that, but so we went in at like 7 a.m. I filled out paperwork. You try them on for the last time. I showed Jake because he didn't come to my first appointment. He came to the actual surgery date. So we tried them on, and well, originally my doctor wanted me to go 485cc in the right one. And no, it would have been bigger in the right one and then 485 in the other one. So he wanted me to go like a cup size up from what I chose. He was like really trying to talk me into that and said that would look good on my body frame, but I don't know, I think that was going to be way too big. Like right now I've gone from an A cup to a double D, so if I had gone 1 cup up, I would have been like an E or something ridiculous. So I'm really happy that I got Jake in to kind of check it with me, and we're like, no, we definitely want to go down this size. And then because I said like on the day, because on the like consultation day, I was like, okay, so when I come in for my surgery, I'll be able to try them on again. And because I was still deciding between the bigger one and the one down. He's like, yeah, just figure that out on the day. So I was like, cool. So I got there in the morning, and him and the nurse, they seemed like they were really kind of like rushing it. They have a lot of girls come in, like they do like a crazy amount of breast augmentations in one day. So I felt like they were really trying to keep on schedule. Like everything was great and he was an awesome surgeon and stuff, but I just do have a few little things that I weren't happy with, which I'm just going to be honest and tell you guys, because like it's good to know everything before you book stuff. So I went in on the surgery day. He just seems like he was trying to rush it a little bit. And I said, okay, I'm going to go the size smaller. And he's like, oh, I feel like you're not ready. Like saying all this stuff. He wanted to like push my surgery back. And I'm like, I've taken time off work for this. Like, this is the day. What are you talking about? So I had to fully say like, excuse me, it's happening today. And like take over and be like, no, because otherwise he was going to send me home and be like, no, you're not ready. Which I was getting so frustrated. I was like gonna cry because I was already so nervous about having to go into surgery, and then he was trying to tell me you're not ready. I was like, I'm as ready as I can be right now. I cannot wait another day. So I went with the size smaller. You go, you say goodbye to whoever has taken you in there, and you go into a room. He gets the marker and draws up stuff on your boobs and stuff, and does like before photos, and you get in a little dressing gown and all of that. And all I remember is like going into the bed. I don't know, I think we did things before that, I just can't remember. You put in like a drip or something, maybe, I can't remember. I just remember like getting wheeled in there. I remember quite a few like doctors and stuff around me, and they just said, hello, we're gonna put you under now and stuff, and I was just like out like that, and that's all I remember. I woke up an hour later, so it took about an hour. I remember waking up in my bed feeling really disorientated and just like overwhelmed, like a lot of emotions hit me at once. I remember my chest feeling really tight. I couldn't feel any pain yet. I was just trying to figure out where I was. I just remember being like, where's Jake? Where's Jake? Like, I don't know any of these people. I'm freaking out and need like a familiar face right now because I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then before I could even open my eyes, I feel someone trying to put something in my mouth, and I'm like, what's going on? And I open up, and a nurse or a doctor or something, she's trying to put a lollipop in my mouth. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, I do not want a lollipop right now. And I'm trying to spit this stupid lollipop out. I remember I'm like starting to cry now. And before I know it, like, what I was initially told is that it was like an hour surgery, and then you had like an hour like recovery time. Like, I thought I'd be able to stay there for a little bit, like lie down for a little bit more, or just, I don't know, relax for a bit after coming out of surgery. But they were trying to sit me up straight away as soon as I'd woken up. They're like sitting me up, and she's like, okay, we're gonna move you out of the bed now and put you in a chair. And I was like, oh, okay. I so wasn't ready for it. Like, I was just so out of it, like so confused, don't know what was happening. So I'm getting moved to a chair. I remember sitting in the chair, and the pain is just starting to hit me. And I'm like, wow. I'm like sitting there crying. They're asking me questions, and I'm just ignoring them. And I'm just like, don't want anyone. I just keep asking her, like, where's Jake? And they're like, we're gonna go get Jake now. So Jake comes in, and as soon as I see Jake, I just start crying. The nurse is like, oh, I tried to give her a lollipop, like a bit of sugar right now, and make her feel better. And Jake's like, oh, she's vegan. She's probably not gonna want your lollipop. She doesn't know if it's vegan or not, or I just don't feel like Eden's gonna want a lollipop right now. And I'm just like, yeah, I do not want this fucking lollipop. And they're like, okay, Eden, well, we're gonna get you. Can you walk, or will you need a wheelchair? Like, Jake, can you help her get to your car? Where's your car? We'll take her to the car now. And I'm just like, oh, okay, we're going out already. Like, do you feel like that was really rushed?
Oh, yeah. But what was worse is that... Yeah, I'll come over.
Thanks.
Oh.
Come on in.
Let me tell this part of the story. Oh, God. Do I look YouTube ready?
Yes, you look fine.
Yeah, what was worse was, like, you were, like, out of it.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you see people off their head on drugs and shit out clubbing and stuff where they're just, like, chewing their face off? That was legit, like, you were, like... incapable of answering questions. Yeah. You were legit just like this, like I don't even know how you remember.
I remember like fading in and out, but I just remember the only thing kind of keeping me awake was like the pain was kind of starting to kick in.
Yeah.
So that was keeping me awake, but I just remember seeing Jake's face and just being like so upset, like so many emotions were hitting me, and like I don't even take a Panadol, so getting put under like anesthetic and getting put under, that was just like a whole nother story. So when I woke up, I was just so confused, and so they sat me up straight away, put me in a chair, got Jake in, and then they're telling Jake like, all right, you ready to take it to the car? And And I'm just like, holy fuck, like, I'm going now? Like, you don't need to check anything? Like, are you sure?
Yeah,
like,
they legit just, they gave me this bag full of medication and just said, she needs to take 2 of these, then 3 of these, make sure she does 1 of these every morning on just empty stomach and all this shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, oh, okay. And then when I got home, Eden's like crying and just like, you were crying you were so emotional. In the car, she was so cute. I remember I had to like get fuel on the way home and she was just like sitting there crying. She was so cute.
So I remember them like walking me out, we're going in the elevator. I'm feeling like I can't even feel my legs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not liking this. I had him on one side and a nurse on the other side just like shuffling me out the door pretty much. But get into the car. I remember getting into the car was like the worst. Because I couldn't move my arms at all. Like, everything was so tight and just weird, and I didn't even want to look down. Like, I was in this feeling like if I saw them I'd crack, and that was it. So I remember getting put into the car. Jake's driving, he's trying to ask me questions. I just couldn't say anything. I'm just staring out the window, like fading in and out of consciousness, just crying. Like, I couldn't say anything. I remember he had to get petrol and I just sat in the car crying. We got home. I think I passed out for a bit, so Mum met Jake at the door. They took me into my bed, and then I just passed out for a couple of hours. When I came to, I was the pain wasn't too bad, but it's like this really tight feeling. It's like tight and pressure. It feels like someone's like filled your boobs up with fluid or something, and your skin stretched. Feels like someone's pressing on them, and you can't move your arms. It's just like an uncomfortable feeling. So I spent pretty much the first day just in bed, kind of crying.
First week.
Yeah, I'm still getting this. My first day was spent in bed crying. My first 5 days after having them done were the 5 worst days of my life, just being honest with you. I mean, I don't regret getting my boobs now. Like, I love them, but I would not go through that 5 days again ever, and I don't think Jake would either. I know some people who get them done and they're shopping the next day. Like, they've got them done in Thailand or they've got them done here. They're shopping the next day, they're going out for lunch, like, they're completely fine. Some people are fine and other people are not, and I just sadly was one of those people that was not okay. So the main problem was, like, the pain wasn't too bad. It was just when you go to sleep, you have to sleep elevated. So you have to sleep at, like, what angle did they say? It was like 45-degree angle. Yeah. So every night Jake would try and perfect the pillows behind me. I had all these pillows and I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's all right. So I'd fall asleep for maybe like half an hour, an hour. I'd wake up and my whole back, my chest, everything is aching and it's so sore. And I just wake up crying every couple of hours, like waking Jake up, because to get up and down, I'd have to like keep my arms like this, and Jake would fully have to come up behind me and support everything in my head and move me really slowly in like one movement. Like, so even just to get up off the couch, go to the toilet, everything, like I needed constant support for like at least 48 hours, and then it started getting better and better. But
I got no sleep for like the whole week.
Yeah, like, we both didn't. It was a real struggle. If you're looking for a good test in a relationship, go get your boobs done. So yeah, I couldn't go to the toilet without Jake. I couldn't have a shower without Jake. I couldn't sleep without Jake. I couldn't get up and down without Jake.
Who cares about you? Think about me. No one cares about you.
Oh, fuck. It was painful. It was really painful. Like, to sleep, it was the worst thing. I just didn't get any sleep, and that's what made the pain worse. They say to sleep elevated for like a whole week or something, but I'm telling you, like, just have like 2 pillows behind your head if you're thinking about doing it. Like, you got to get sleep and rest, otherwise you're not going to recover. And sleeping at 45 degrees is supposed to help with the swelling and stuff like that, but oh my god, my back was just so bad. It was the worst thing ever. And then for the last couple of nights, me and Jake actually, do you remember, we like set it up on the couch and we started sleeping on the couch because I found that was easier than my bed, because it actually had like, you know, like a cushioned back support. So started doing that. But that was pretty much like the first 5 days were the worst, and then everything else was just smooth sailing. It gets better and better. So I think after your first week, you have to start massaging them. They give you a massage routine to do. I'm supposed to keep doing them now, but I don't really do them as regular as I should. I haven't really massaged them since my first month of getting them done. I don't know, but you massage them. You're supposed to like put moisturizing, like I put coconut oil on them to help with the scars and stuff like that. But so that was my experience. Doesn't sound like a really great one, but I just feel like I loved my doctor, and everyone there was lovely, and everything was really professional and clean, and everything was how it should be. It was just that I really felt like they were trying to rush it, and that they had a lot of people to do that day. So
you were the first, hey?
Yeah, I was the first that morning, so I feel like I was like in out within an hour, and yeah, it was just, I wasn't really impressed with that. I felt like I would have had a little bit more time to wake up and relax and come to it a bit. I felt so rushed and overwhelmed. So that's my complaint about that. But apart from that, everything was really good. They were lovely, and they email you like constantly asking for photos and how everything is, and the nurse gives you a call and makes sure everything's okay and stuff like that. They've been really good and professional. I just didn't, well, things could have gone a little bit smoother on the day. But yeah, so my pain was pretty bad. Like I've like blocked it out of my brain now because it was like that bad. Just the first at least 48 hours the pain was ridiculously bad, but it's just like the sleeping, not being able to sleep made it a whole ton worse. What else did I need to say? Oh, so people ask me like, when could I start working out again? I think you're not allowed to start work. They say they like recommend don't work out until like 6 weeks. But I started just doing light walks at around 3 weeks, and then at 4 weeks I was back at the gym. It's kind of however you feel. Like you just got to listen to your body and see how you're going. But I felt so much better like going for walks and moving, because laying in bed for a whole week, I was becoming so stiff and my back was hurting so bad. And the more I stayed still, the more my chest would start to hurt and get really tight. So I found that I'd even get up in the middle of the day and just like do laps around my house to get like the blood moving. Oh my God, funny story. Like it was how many days into it? Maybe like a day or two into it. Everyone's at work. Jake was looking after me for 24 hours a day, but there's this one day that he had to go and train a client. He had to go home for a bit, like get food, like restock on his supplies and come back to mine and train a client or something like that. And he was gone. He left me on the couch, gave me everything I needed. It was like all right next to me or something, and set me up on the couch with a blanket and put a movie on and all of that. And he's like, I'll be back soon, you'll be okay. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. He left. Within half an hour I've woken up and I'm in a really uncomfortable position. My back's really hurting on the couch. And I've gone to, what was I trying to do? I really needed to go to the toilet. I remember that. And I needed to get up because I was in a lot of pain, and I'm like, holy fuck, how do I do this by myself? Because usually he'd have to come up and help me up. Like I couldn't, the muscles, like you don't realize it, but to get up and down off the couch and bed and stuff, you use a lot of like all your muscles here to get up as well. So when I'm trying to do that, these muscles were just hurting so bad, and I couldn't do it. They just weren't working. So I'm trying to get up and it's not working. And I've gotten to a certain point and they've just given up on me. So I've fallen back in the weirdest position and I'm stuck there and I cannot move. And I'm like, holy fuck, what am I going to do? So I grab my phone, which was next to me, thank God. And I'm calling Jake and he's not answering. And I'm like, oh my God. So I call my mom and she's like, I'm stuck at work. I'll try and get a hold of Jake. So I finally get a hold of Jake. And I'm like, Jake, I'm so sorry, but like you have to come back. I'm freaking out. Like I cannot get up the couch. I'm in the worst position. I'm in so much pain. I'm like crying on the phone to him. He's like, oh my God, I've like just gotten home. He's like, okay. So he got back as soon as he could. And I think I passed out on the couch because of the pain. Like I was in that much pain that I kind of just like passed out. I fell asleep on the couch. and I remember the door was locked, so I remember waking up and Jake's like jumping over the back fence trying to get into the house, and he finally gets into the house and like helps me up, and it was just the worst. Like, I needed constant support at all times. I feel sorry for Jake. He was my rock and my lifesaver in that week. Like, if I didn't have Jake, I think I would have died. But everyone responds differently. I was expecting it to be painful. Like, I'm not trying to... People are probably watching this and going like, wow, you didn't make me really excited to get my boobs done. But, I mean, it's all worth it in the end. And, like, I love them now. They feel amazing. They're exactly what I wanted. But, it was just the whole sleep thing made the pain worse and all of that. And some people get no pain, others get some pain. But my tips for you is just to walk around the house every day, keep up your fluids, have high fiber foods. What else can I recommend? Probably sleeping on the couch. That's a lot easier because then you can say on an armchair, which is all padded and it's already leaning up. If you're trying to do that with pillows, your back is getting the shittest support and your back's just gonna hurt and you're gonna get no sleep. And so go with the couch. Make sure you have lots of movies. Don't rush your recovery time. Don't just take like a week off work and then say, yep, I can be there, you know, the end of this week. Do not rush it. Take the time that you need. Rushing your recovery time and start doing things is just like not going to help you. It's going to make things worse. So take time. Make sure you have a good friend or a family member or someone who is willing to take that week off kind of with you and look after you, especially for the first 48 hours. You're going to need someone that like does not leave the room at all times. What else can I suggest? I think that's it really. That's all I can, that's my tips on it. What other questions did I have? How much did they cost? They cost around $6,000. That's how much. So that's like pretty cheap, which I was really happy with. What else? I think that's it really. I think that's all my questions answered. But yeah, I hope that doesn't like scare you off of getting them. I'm definitely like, don't be scared about it. Yes, it can hurt, but you're, you know, getting kind of cut open and getting stuff put inside you, so it's probably gonna hurt. But it's just a sleeping situation. Figure out your sleeping situation and everything will be a whole lot better. A few people asked to see my scars. I don't really feel comfortable with doing that. I hope you understand. But they've just really faded. They're like these tiny little just pink lines, and before I know it, they'll probably be gone, and your boob fold kind of covers them anyway, so I never really see them. So yeah, I went from like an A to a double D. I'm so much happy with the size, and just as of lately, like the last month, my 6th month from getting them done, they've dropped a little bit more, come in closer, and they're like really soft now. They're like squishy, like normal boobs. So I'm really happy with how they're looking now, and I'm excited to see them after a year, because after a year they'll be like their final kind of shape and all settled and completely like how they should be. So I'm pretty excited to see them in another 6 months, so maybe I'll do another update then. But yeah, that was my experience with my breast augmentation. Don't be scared of getting them. I love them. It was one of the best decisions I made for myself. So yeah, if any of you watching this didn't watch my last video and you want to know why I got them done, I'll put the link to that video in the description box down below, because I talk about why I got them done. So yes, sorry this video took a little bit longer to get out to you guys than I expected. I should be uploading much more regularly very soon as I get my new camera, which is so exciting. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye!